I'm going to kind of go over it one more time because I just started the Instagram feed. So today we are going over juggling. If possible, I know it's not possible for everyone. If you had 3 different colors, it's kind of nice, or 3 different types of looking scarves. Otherwise, you guys can do like Kleenex or something like that. If you guys have like a marker next to it, you can try a rub color on it or something. It's just so you know which one you're doing, because when you have all 3 going, you can get kind of lost up in there, okay? So that's the first thing you want to do, is to have 3 like Kleenex, bandanas, scarves. I'll use the scarves so that you guys can see the different colors, okay? Then you want something soft to catch. So these are actual juggling balls. I borrowed them from school before I left because we do have sets of them. You can also do something like Disney Tsum Tsums, stuffed animals. You just don't want something that if you drop it is going to break. Okay, and if it's a little soft, it's nice because that way it doesn't bounce out of your hand, versus if you have like a tennis ball, it will kind of bounce out a little bit, so it's a little more work, okay? So just giving you guys the heads up on that piece, okay? So this is going over the PSI that you guys have. Hi, Kirsten. Today's going to be actually juggling, so you can definitely juggle if you want. Okay, so I'm going to go over through how the PSI looks, so that you understand what those pieces are that I was requiring you to do. So, first section says single. What's that? Okay, so it says 1 scarf toss and catch 6 times. With an overhand grip, that means you're gripping it face down. Flick the wrist to toss the scarf high and catch with the other hand back and forth. So you want to do 6 times where you can go and do an overhand grip and toss it back and forth 6 times. Okay? Super hard, right? So that's why you're using a scarf or a Kleenex, because it slows it down. Okay? Okay. Then the second part of this is going to be with the ball. Okay? So if yours is not a ball, that is okay. So I just don't have anything that's small and not breakable in my house. Everything I have is kind of breakable, I feel like. I'll check in down here. Okay, so with your ball, part 2 of single is 1 ball toss and catch 6 times with an underhand grip. So we're underneath. Flick your wrist to toss the ball high and clutch with the other hand back and forth. Okay? So you just want to be using your wrist for this. Okay? A little bit of elbow. You don't want to be doing woo, okay? Otherwise, some of you guys I see have fans above you like me, and you might be hitting the fan, and that could be very interesting, okay? So you want to be able to do 6 underhand, okay? Next one says 1 ball toss and catch with dip 6 times. With grip underhand, flick wrist to toss the ball high and dip the hand with the catch with the other hand. So you want to let it go a little bit. So instead of me standing right here catching it here, you want to show that you have a dip, okay? A little bit of give. Okay, so if you have been able to do all 3 of those for 6 times with the right thing, guess what? If you have your bingo card, you already just got checked off for that, okay? So, part 2, square 2, is double. This is where you need 2. Okay, part 1 is 2 scarf toss. So now we're back to your Kleenex or your scarves. Okay? With overhand grip, that's facing your hands down, hold scarves in 1 hand. Toss one high in the air. When it starts to descend, toss the second scarf, catch the first, and repeat. Okay? So you're going to start with 1, toss, catch, 1, 2. Okay? So you want to catch and do this 8 times. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Okay, so 8 times, catching your scarves, switching the hands. Okay? So, whoops, I'm on part 2. Part 1, sorry, you have them in 1 hand. You're going to toss and catch with just the 1 hand, okay? So we already went on part 2. My bad. So part 1 is 8 times, tossing and catching with 1 hand. Part 2 is what's called the cascade path. That's the one where it looks kind of like a figure 8. Okay, so part 1, 8 times where you can toss and catch with 1 hand. Okay, you guys might have a little bit more height than I do. That's touching my ceiling. Okay, so 8 times with one hand, and then 8 times where you're switching them. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, go ahead, take a little bit of a moment. It's kind of fun watching some of you guys trying to do it. Good job. And then those of you on Instagram, the regular workouts will be kind of starting back up again tomorrow. Tomorrow's HIIT training, okay? Today's working on juggling. Okay, so that's scarves for the doubles. Now we're going to move to number 3 for doubles, which is 2 balls, okay? So remember, you guys can use something in place of the balls. Okay, this one is toss and catch with same hand 8 times. With underhand grip, that's you facing your hand up. Okay, hold balls in one hand. Toss one high in the air. When it's descending, toss the other one. So I recommend you kind of toss towards you while you're doing it so that they don't hit each other in the air. So you want to have them on different paths, okay? So you want to go 8 times with one hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So go ahead and work on that. So 8 times with one hand. Jeez, you can tell that I don't want to do it with my right hand.
Why did I choose these objects? They're metal.
What? Sorry, my brother called me and it went and paused all of my stuff. Okay, so 8 with one hand, okay? So, and you guys will have time to work on this. I'm just giving you the how-to so you have a moment. Okay? Number 4 on the double. 2 balls, toss and catch, cascade path 8 times. So once again, cascade is the one that makes like a sideways figure 8. Okay, so for this one, with underhand grip, hold one ball in each hand, toss one high, and there towards opposite. When it reaches its apex, which is the top, toss the other one opposite. So you're going to do 1, 2. Ooh, man, I'm the teacher. Okay, so you just want to be tossing. Okay, 1, 2. Okay, and I suggested actually being a little bit smaller. Height is nice so you have more time, but it also means you have less control over it, okay? And if you guys notice, I'm kind of dipping my hands like we talked about earlier, okay? So you want to do that cascade path 8 times. 1, 2. 1, 2.
Why is everyone so good at juggling but me?
We did a class earlier. I'm just kidding. No, this part's the easy part. When we get to the 3, it's going to be harder. And like I said, for me, the one hand with just 2 of them, I have a really hard time, obviously, doing that one. Okay? So I used to be a lot better at it, but I don't exactly juggle a ton anymore. Back when I went to La Cima, we had a juggling and yo-yo club. What's up? Okay. Then this one, the last one for double, is you want to do the 2 ball toss and catch with the dip. So that was the part where I'm saying you want to make sure you're dipping your hands as you're catching. Dip, toss, dip, toss, dip, toss. Okay? That way you don't have anything hitting your hand really soft. You're trying to get timing, rhythm. I can hear something falling. Hope it's not breakable.
Nope.
Okay, well that's good. Okay, how many of you guys think you got the single all taken care of? Single was pretty easy, right? Okay, how's double going? Pretty good?
I suck at it.
Marcus, were you able to get the 8 with one hand? Okay,
Yeah.
good. Tatiana, were you able to get the 8 with one hand?
Yeah.
Okay. And if you haven't, that's why it's called what's a PSI. It means you do it on your time. So if you don't have it yet, you can go and practice it later, okay? All right. Now we're going to go over the triple cascade with the scarves, okay? So pick up your scarves, Kleenex, bandanas, whatever it was. So I have 3 colors trying to help you guys out so you can see the different path, okay? Part 1 is cascade once. Start with 2 scarves, A and B in one hand and C in the other. Pattern will look like a figure 8. Toss high towards side 1 when it hits apex, toss scarf C, and then whichever one's left. So, how it's going to look like. So, yellow's going to be my 1, orange 2, pink 3. I'm going to toss yellow as it's up in its apex. I'm going to toss orange. As it hits its apex, I'm going to toss pink. Okay, so back to my start. Yellow, orange, pink. Okay, yellow, orange, pink. Yellow, yellow, orange, pink. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, I need not get ahead of myself. Yellow, orange, pink. Yellow. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so keep trying that for a little bit. This is where doing it with scarves helps out slowing it down, but then we'll have to learn how to come from overhand to underhand.
Dang it.
You're doing fine.
One of these days I'm going to find a tissue somewhere in my house and I'm not going to know how it got there.
Yeah, 3 is going to be a little bit harder. That's for sure, Z's. And wait till we get to the balls. The balls will be even harder. Okay, so now we're going to move on a little bit quickly. Okay, so we did cascade 1, sequence 1. Do the same thing. Instead of 1, 2, 3, and going really, you want to just go 1, 2, 3, nice and fast. 1, 2, 3. Okay? Part 3 is do cascade sequence 3 times. You are allowed to pause. Okay, so do the exact same thing and keep going. Okay, so you can do 1, 2, 3, and you can pause. 1, 2, 3, pause. 1, 2, 3, pause. Okay, so that is sequence 3, is pausing. Sequence 4 is you can do it 3 times in a row. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then sequence 4 is you can do it 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, and sequence 5, for you to say that you mastered it, you want to be able to do this for 30 seconds. So time yourself on the phone, see how long you can go. Okay, and just when you're doing this, really high releases to help you get extra time, okay? Plus, if you have high releases, that also takes up time, so it's going to be easier to get your time faster with less cascades. Okay? All right, so that's scarves. Now we're going to try and move to the hard one. Let's go ahead, we're going to move over to the ball sequence. Okay, the ball sequence is the same. It's underhand, and it's a little bit harder because it has weight. So, hey, look, we're learning about science. It doesn't stay up as long, okay? It comes back down faster. Okay, so find out which hand you like to have the 2. You're going to have one you probably prefer out of the 2 of them, okay? Level 1, do cascade once. So it's the exact same thing. So we have yellow, green, blue, okay? So I'm going to do yellow, green, blue. Yellow, green, blue. Okay? Yellow, green, blue. 1, 2, 3. You guys are really good at this, right? Okay? Once again, you want to keep, especially when you're using the balls, you want to use it smaller, okay? So you want to try to keep just the wrists and the elbows, kind of like jump rope. 1, 2, 3. The smaller it is, the easier it is. Okay, I know that seems weird because I know for when we did the scarves, we wanted bigger, but that's because they floated longer. This means my hands aren't throwing them as far, so I can catch quicker. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, level 2 is I can do that once. Ooh, can't do it bending over apparently. Okay. Level 3 is doing it 3 times allowed to pause. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Level 4 is I can do it 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Okay? Level 4, can I do it 10 times? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay? Last level for you to be master of this is to be able to do this for 30 seconds. Okay? Then it has things like tricks. Okay? So you guys can keep practicing, or you can try a trick really quick. I know it might be hard to do, especially because we're still trying to get this right now. I'm still trying to get it as I just dropped it. Okay. Trick 1 is triple over past 30 seconds. So do A and B like regular. So these will stay here, but my other one's going to go over the top. So as these two go, blue's going, man, you can tell I haven't done this. Blue will go high as these two stay down. Okay, 1, 2, high, 1, 2, high, 1, 2, high, 1, 2, high. Okay, so that's the first one out of the tricks. Second one is under the leg 2 times in a cycle. Aw, man. Man, all right. Anyways, you guys get the idea about it. There we go. Level 3 is 3, 2, 3. 2-ball juggle with one side. So 1, 2, juggle, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Baby juggle 30 seconds. That means you're doing itty bitty baby juggle. So baby size. Okay. High juggle, at least should be 2 feet. Gosh, I hate doing the high tosses. And then juggle 4 for 30 seconds, which I had it. Oh, it's totally on my phone. I'm not good at juggling 4, that's for sure. I can do it kind of with scarves. Instagram, I'm moving you for a sec because the last ball is holding you up. Which this ball is a different size, so I'm going to mess up more anyway. But, yeah. Juggling 4 is not my forte. It's pretty much the same sequence, but you need to go faster. And then a trick if you want to add something, like if you can do behind the back and keep juggling, or spin around and juggle, okay? So tricks are extra. So those of you I have on live, if you can actually do one of the tricks, type in which trick you could do, and then put that in as one of your spaces. So like if there's a space that says, go biking or cycling, and you don't have a bike or rollerblades or something, you can go put in like underneath the leg, and you can do that for your 2 times. If you were able to do it, you can use that in place of that box. Just type that down, that's what you're doing, okay? So, is there any questions about your guys' juggling? Okay? And same thing for the live. If you guys want, you guys can type it. How's it going, Tatiana? All right.
Not very good.
Leilani, how's yours going?